go.
Thank you, teacher! Thank you so much for working so hard under COVID. We wouldn't have met if it wasn't for you. Yeah.
Thank you for all the hard work you've done over COVID. We love all our teachers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Carney, for your hard work. Hey, Mr. Vegano, thank you for making science so fun in COVID. Bye.
Thank you, Miss Wilson. Thank you, Mr. Lopes. Thank you for all you do in keeping us in school. Thank you for keeping everything organized and awesome.
Thank you, Miss Paredes. You're so fun. It's a blast having you here.
Thank you, Miss Carney. You are amazing. Everything that you've done during COVID. And oh my goodness, that necklace you're wearing is amazing. 10 out of 10. Love your outfits.
Thank you, teachers, for all the craziness with the hand sanitizers and the reminding people to wear masks. It's just been wild. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Caldwell, for getting a play, a full-scale production out. One of the best that I've seen at the school since I joined back in 6th grade with COVID on. And thank you to Miss Pointer, who throughout like the grading and the tests and the people who want to play Wordle in the middle of class, and then the masks, keeps her cool and just keeps steaming ahead in one of my favorite classes this year. Thank you so much, Miss Pointer. And
all the teachers during COVID who helped us out so much and tried to make it more fun. And a big shout out to Mr. Riddell, who always kept it fun and always helped keep the students keep their mask on.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, Mr. Gray, for always putting hand sanitizer on us and for taking care so that people always have their masks on during class.
Thank you, Mr. Schmidt, for dealing with the remote learners even when it's really hard.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer, for putting up with all my misbehavior and being pregnant on campus through COVID.
Thank you, Ms. Purdue, because this is your first year in COVID, from coming back from having a baby, and you're really good, and you're just like all the teachers, and you also dealt with my misbehavior too.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, Ms. Pointer, for always being so supportive, and the ed puzzles really helped me understand what I was learning with your cats purring.
Thank you, Mr. McGarry, for being so supportive in math class.
Thank you, teachers, for everything that you did during COVID this year and last year. And I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Guay, who made my Civ class last year super fun, even though we all had to wear masks.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
I would like to thank all of the teachers for finding moments of joy throughout COVID, and having had basically all of my high school be part of the pandemic, being able to really celebrate moments or just have fun classes every day really just made the entire experience easier, lighter, and felt like we were really coming to school for a purpose and leaving the day feeling lighter. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Miss Rorty. Thank you, Miss McHale.
Miss Heidi, Miss Hill, thank you so much. I've come such a far way because of all of you, and you've kept me safe.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you so much, Faust and Miss Aldridge.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moore and Senor Flores, for keeping me safe and making our classroom so fun during COVID.
Thank you, Coach Donnelly, for keeping the volleyballs nice and clean, and thank you, Mr. Schertzer, for keeping the classroom safe.
Thank you, Miss Dryden and Mr. Airy.
Thank you, Miss Richard, and thank you to Mr. Silver for reminding me to wear my mask.
Thank you, Mr. Savage and Miss Lombardi, for helping keep the school safe.
Thank you, teachers!
Thank you, Coach Escobar, for being a coach during COVID and making a great football season for me. And thank you, Mr. Briggs, for always being able to listen to your voice on the microphone and making Latin great for me.
Thank you, Mr. Dorfman, for pulling 2 yearbooks out of about 2 COVID years. And thank you, Miss Ballinger, for teaching ceramics outside.
Thank you, Dr. Yosh, for being a wonderful art history teacher. That is my favorite class out of all the ones I'm taking. And you're just so fun. The class is great. The things you're learning are amazing, and it's just a wonderful class that I always look forward to. And thank you, Mr. Pagano, for being my 8th grade advisor. It was so much fun. The way that you spoke, you were funny at times, and you give great advice.
Thank you, Dr. Montague, for getting us through the whole APUSH curriculum in not that much time. I've never had you in a non-COVID year, but this is great. And thank you, Ms. Stever, for warning us to bring a jacket when we were going to be in first period Latin and all the windows had to be open because of COVID. And I have had your class for a few COVID years, and the transitions have been good, and it has always been a good
Thank
class.
you, Mr. Jin, and thank you, Mr. Airy. We did it.
Thank you, Mr. Yu, and thank you, Mr. McNaughton, for all your support through COVID, and we love you.
Thank you, Miss Armstrong, and thank you, Miss Wilson. We appreciate you guys for everything that you do.
Thank you for Miss Pointer for always being prepared and giving us the packets of notes ahead in advance, just in case we got sick.
Thank you, Miss Huang, and thank you, Mr. Wallace.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Fink and Mr. Zale. We appreciate you a lot.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bearson and Miss Sun, for all you did during COVID.
Thank you, Mr. Bearson.
Thank you, Miss Pagels.
Thank you, Mr. Duell.
Thank you, teachers.
Hi, teachers. Thank you so much for all you have done throughout the pandemic. I really appreciate all your hard work and dedication to all your students. It makes every single day special and meaningful.
Thank you, teachers, for being so supportive over this year on Zoom and everything.
Thank
you
so much.
We love
You all
so much.